Hey, it's Amy from Mastro Stretch, and today I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide for transitioning to minimal shoes. If you like my channel, subscribe to it by clicking right here. All right, so a lot of us like the idea of going minimal shoes, but it's not a smart idea to go from the shoes you've been wearing straight to minimal shoes without prepping your feet beforehand. The reason being is that our shoes that most people are wearing shoes that are scrunching your toes together and also have a lot of cushion and also have a pretty thick sole. Okay, so the sole, the cushioning, and the scrunching the feet together have initially acted as a cast for your feet, so your foot muscles are not going to be conditioned or strong enough to go to minimal shoes right off the bat. That's why we have to do some massage, we have to condition the tissues, we have to do some alignment things, and we have to strengthen the feet. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide today to help you transition. We have to stand first. It's kind of the, crawl before you walk, right? So we have to condition our feet just standing barefoot and then walking. So it's going to be a process. Don't jump into this too fast because your feet are not going to be happy with you if you do that. So first and foremost, let's start with aligning our feet. Okay, so we're aligning our feet. What we want to do, a lot of us are kind of walking around like this, right? Standing like this with our feet turned out. First and foremost, turn those feet in. Now, what do we want to align? What point are we looking at? We're actually looking at, if we cut our toes off, all right, we're looking at the pinky edge, all right? So from the top of the foot, not the toes, from the top of the foot to the heel, that's the part we want to straighten and align, all right? That's first and foremost. We're going to stand with our feet straight. Okay, so I have my feet straight, but now my legs are like going this way. Next thing we need to do is rotate and actually align the legs. We want our feet hip width apart, so we don't want this narrow stance. Feet hip width apart, the outsides of the feet straight, and then rotate at the hip joint, the legs out. What does that do? It lifts the arches of your feet. So if you're walking around flat-footed or always saying, I have flat feet, that's actually lifting the arch of the foot and starting to strengthen the foot so you can go to your minimal shoes. So we want to rotate, which actually aligns the back of the legs. If you look at the little knee lines in the back, which you have to take a picture, but rotate out, okay? So feet straight, hip width apart, rotate the leg out, and then shift your weight back. So you don't want your hips forward, all right? Rotate. We don't want our weight sitting in the front of our body. So you want to back that butt up, back it up. So now your weight is more on the heels, all right? So feet straight, rotate out, and then hip width apart and back your weight up. That's first and foremost, we need to get in that position and practice standing. And then in a it's twofer because we're strengthening the arches of the foot as we do that. So practice that for a while, and then you're going to move on to the next step. So practicing standing like that, that's going to help condition the feet to transition into minimal shoes. Now we want to condition the tissue a little bit better. So we're going to massage the foot. So you're going to get a massage ball and massage the foot a little bit. And I'm going to just link to this video here. I just posted it a few weeks ago. It's a whole great foot massage. So you can do that daily or a few times a week to help transition and condition the tissue for minimal shoes. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to put the ball under the ball of foot and you're going to massage the foot. So you're going to massage the ball of the foot, you're going to massage the arch of the foot, and you're going to massage the heel. And while you're here in that video that I'm linking to, you're going to do a top of the foot stretch as well. So that covers a lot of the tissue conditioning that you need to do to transition into minimal shoes. So you want to go ahead and start doing that. Secondly, you want to probably get some toe spreaders. I wear these every evening, the ones here. So the ones that popped up, you can get the link in the description for that. If you don't want to get the toe spreaders, they're super comfortable. And again, ease into that, because if you wear them for too long right off the bat, again, your feet might be a little angry. But if you don't want to do that, you can just take your fingers into your toes and stretch them out that way. So you want to do some toe stretches to spread the toes, the base of the foot, right? So we want to wiggle those around and stretch those toes out. So hit both feet. That's going to be your next step into transitioning to minimal shoes. And then not only do we need to address the foot, we also need to address the calf. So we need to do a good calf stretch. So I like my elasticity, the fascial conditioning calf stretch, and that's a great way to condition the tissue as well to help transition into minimal shoes. So basically, I'm going to link to this video here, but you can watch that video. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to push the wall and you're going to repeat 20 times, very short stretches, keeping the heel down. So you're going to do both sides 20 times, 2 to 3 sets. And they're just those quick elasticity or fascial conditioning stretches. So it's going to get that tissue healthier for you. Also, you need to stretch not only the gastroc, you want to get into the soleus muscle. So what you're going to do for the soleus muscle, I like to come down. The leg needs to be bent here, and you're going to keep the heel down and let the knee go over the toe as much as possible. And you're going to repeat this. So you're going to go back and forth, back and forth. Again, 20 reps, 2 to 3 sets. And do that on both sides. Again, you gotta condition this tissue to get it healthy enough so you can wear those minimal shoes. And then wearing the minimal shoes, it's going to help your back tremendously. It's going to help your joints, your knees, your hips. All that's going to help by transitioning into minimal shoes. Now, our next step, after we conditioned the tissue, we need to strengthen the toes, strengthen the feet a little bit. The last part is strengthening your feet and the surrounding muscles, so your calves. So we want to work on the toes first. We have our straight feet. We have our rotation out. Now we're going to spread the toes apart and push down as you do that. So toe abduction strength. So working on that, spreading the toes and pushing down a little bit. So it's kind of an isometric exercise here. And then you want to work on your toe lift. So that would be lifting your big toe up and then gradually lifting the other ones and then bringing them back down, especially the big toe. So lifting up and then gradually. So working on the toe strength. So after strengthening the toes, then you want to go into strengthening your ankles and the calves. So you want to go into a single leg balance. So that would just mean lifting one leg. And you can feel, I'm on a thick mat here, so that makes it more difficult. So your ankle is working here, and that helps strengthening, because once you start wearing minimal shoes, your feet and your calves are going to be working a lot. Now, if that's too difficult, you're just going to come off the mat. If you want to make it more difficult, then again, roll up a towel or get a thick mat, come here and balance on it. It's going to be a lot more difficult, and you're going to feel that ankle working. So you want to work both sides, obviously, as you're working on your balance and your strength. Then you want to strengthen the hips. You want to make sure the hips are going to be strong enough. So we want to do our hip lifts. This means bending one leg. We're working this hip strength here, and it's pushing this hip down and contracting the muscles on the side of the hip as you do your hip lifts, making sure you're not using your back muscles here and strengthening the side of the hip. And I'll link to the video here that hopefully I can link to all these videos. And if not, it's going to be in the description for this hip lift one. But you want to do both to strengthen the hips as well. And then we want to strengthen the calves. So, we're going to go toe lifts, heel lifts, and you want to make sure if you need some support here, we don't want collapsing. We don't want all this stuff happening with your feet. Try to go straight up on the toes and strengthen the calves. If you need to hold on to something, feel free, like that foot wobbled a little bit, but try not to let those feet wobble as you go into strengthening the calves. And then you can start walking with some minimal shoes. No, actually you want to start walking barefoot with different textures. So think, we're always on these flat surfaces. So throw some pillows on the ground, get a stone mat, stand on the stone mat, walk on pillows, go walk in the sand, go walk outside a little bit, stand outside a little bit on different surfaces. So your feet start to get used to and stronger to these other surfaces. And that's really going to help your transition to minimal shoes. So hopefully you enjoyed this step-by-step guide to help you transition to minimal shoes. It is a process. Be patient with yourself. Don't make those feet cranky and angry. Work up to walking longer distances with your minimal shoes. So baby steps, guys, baby steps. And again, if you like this video, give me a like. Leave a comment in the comment section saying, hey, you enjoyed this video, or share it with somebody that might enjoy it as well. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.